they do even no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, my people make you shout. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come, man of the masses. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come.
Hello there.
Mayegun la wa mo, la mo do 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 do. Mayegun la wa mo, la mo do do do. Ọ̀rẹ́ ara
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining me from. It is Mayegun Live. I was going to take a break tonight, so then I changed my mind. And that is why we are starting late. But I promise you, it is still going to be worth it. The wait. Read the caption of this broadcast, the description of the broadcast, share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun today.
Mayegun la wa mo, la wa mo do. Mayegun today.
There is shege going on in Nigeria. Our Nigerians are lamenting, but they are coping. Their complaints hasn't really led them to hit the streets. It doesn't seem like they would have the courage to do so. However, the lamentation is becoming increasing and increasing. So others have now said, maybe Kolu should tighten the noose. He should tighten the rope more. Add more taxes, okay? Add more sufferings. Nigerians can take it. There is no point in pitying anyone right now, okay? All you can do is probably just talk. As it is, when those who are feeling the, the bruise of the shoes, who are feeling the pinches of the shoes, I'm talking about this economic hardship. Lie to yourself all you care, okay? Live in denial for all you care. But where the shoe pinches you, not only you, Sabira, when you are done, you will hit the streets. Many people believe that Nigerians are conquered people, and every day it seems so. But today, there's something about myself. I'll tell you now. I was sleeping half an hour ago. And that, when I woke up, I was like, I'm just going to just enjoy the sleep or just leave it that way. Then I was like, okay, you know what? I am Mayegun. Okay? I could be very much alive. You can wake me from sleep. Put a camera in front of me. Tell me the camera is now rolling. And I can sit down here without any form of what have you, okay? I can sit down here and spend another 3 hours. 3 not boring, 3 interesting hours with you. And I'm going to wake up into this. But the reason why I couldn't let go today is because I have followed a developing news or a developing story. You know, we've been following Enugu for a while. I don't know about you, but here in the Temple of Truth, we have been monitoring the development in Enugu. When I say development, I'm talking about the supposed fake news of farmers' others clashes, where Fulani terrorists have been wreaking havoc in the eastern part of Nigeria, especially Enugu. There's another story about Ebonyi. But the reason why you are listening to this now is because, yes, the lily-livered coward governor or politicians of Enugu, PDP, APC, they have come together to enact a law. And a law they call the establishment of public RUGA in Enugu, because to curb or end the Fulani terrorism, the destruction of people's farms, and then people's lives, killings of farmers in Enugu state, according to the Enugu politicians and the government, the solution would be to establish a RUGA. They can give it any funny name they like. I have all the documents on my screen. I wish I could share that with you. Let's see. So they called it a law, Enugu State House of Assembly, a bill for a law to establish public ranch management agency and for connected purposes. That's what they call the bill. It has been passed and it has become their law. They are waiting for Umba, if he hasn't signed it yet. I haven't captured that he's signed it yet, okay? So the solution to the Fulani terrorism in Enugu or in the southern part of Nigeria, as the solution to it as proposed by the weak criminal politicians we have in the southern Nigeria, is that for peace, for the southern farmers, for the Igbo farmers, for the Enugu farmers, to have peace from the Fulani terrorists, the best is to part with their land. So the people started protesting. The killings in Enugu at a point became an everyday killing, but underreported. So they now came up with this. You remember the Uzo Owani that they killed over 20 people because, listen, let's take it a little bit slow now so that you can understand this before everyone's blood begin the rush. All right? In Nigeria have over 250 ethnic nationalities and tribes. And that same Nigeria has over 500 different languages. Now, out of the 250 ethnic nationalities and tribes in Nigeria, just one of us, the Fulanis, have raised weapons against the rest of us. I mean, they are those who walk about with AK-47. They are those who are demanding for their own grazing routes where their cows can pass. They are the ones who are demanding for RUGA, rural grazing areas, a dedicated area for them. They are also the Fulanis. They are those who are demanding for land. That if we want peace in the southern part of Nigeria, then the ideal thing is to begin the process of parting with our lands. Ladies and gentlemen, Nigeria, Nigeria, as it is currently structured, the northern part of Nigeria currently occupies over 70% of the land mass in Nigeria, okay? And the less than 30% that the southern part of Nigeria shares, these Fulani terrorists, including, mind you, in Nigeria, they have about, about 11, put it that way, let's say 11 Sharia states where Fulanis are controlling those states. And since Boko Haram came with this new terror and the immunity for them, for the terrorists, there's yet to be one single Fulani governor to build a ranch for the Fulanis in Nigeria up till now. Majority of them said, oh, we have land in Jigawa. They have 10,000 acres of land in Mina. But up to this moment, when thousands of people have been slaughtered, billions of naira worth of farms have been destroyed, up to this moment, not a single Fulani governor has successfully built a RUGA or a ranch to show the rest of us that, oh, this is what the Fulanis were asking for. Right, we've built them RUGA, we've built irrigation system for them, we have built water supply for them. Rather than build this infrastructure for their people, where they are mostly highly concentrated in northern Nigeria, their political criminals, their politicians, their leaders, they are pushing agendas that will further drive them down south. Agendas like, for peace to reign in Nigeria, let us say it, the Fulanis need to graze their cows. Oh, for peace to reign in Nigeria, they have to build ranches for Fulanis. Like I said, we have over 250 ethnic nationalities and tribes in Nigeria, okay? And all of us are engaging in different commercial activities. There are those of us who are engaging in different businesses, right? And there are those who are engaging in farming. None of us, no other tribe in Nigeria has raised up arms, okay, to demand for the piece of land from other people. We are indigenous people. The idea of Nigeria, or you as a Nigerian, you belong to everywhere in Nigeria, is as fake as that contraption called Nigeria. The Yorubas are not moving mad, moving straight to Sokoto, Kaduna, Sokoto, Katsina, moving straight to Kebbi or Niger, demanding for land. And the government of Nigeria must give us land in this part of Nigeria, except for the Fulani. Not even the Hausa, not even the Kanuri, the indigenous people to northern Nigeria were down south demanding for land. We're told that these criminals are not Nigerians. So there is no Fulani governor, there is no Hausa governor, there is no northern governor that has built any successful or even make laws. No northern governor, no northern state has made laws, okay, to establish RUGA. The rest of them are just dumping it on the south. Oh, you hate Fulani. We are supposed to be one Nigeria. What is wrong with people? At least you are not using the land. Give it to them for peace. Then they went over behind us and they said they wanted to do something called the waterway bill. Waterway bill means all the water in Nigeria belongs to the federal government. It's already there. They've already done that. They call it, what do you call, Land Use Act or something. So all the waters in Nigeria belong to the government of Nigeria, belong to this federal government. But under Boko Haram, they can't put all the Fulanis inside water. So they still need land. Therefore, they passed, they moved for what they call the waterway bill. Waterway bill is now going to give them 10 miles. For now, they say now 250 meters from the sea. You see, if the sea level reach, if the sea bank, the water bank is here. So you now count 250 meters. Okay? That is the land of supposed controlled by the federal government. Under Boko Haram, they were proposing to make it 10 miles, about 14 kilometers. So what that means is that all of you who have houses in Lagos, 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers away from the bar beach, your entire property and everything will go one day. They will demolish them to resettle the Fulani terrorists very close to water. So they didn't have to kind of carry sword or what have you, dip their sword in our water anymore. because we already have the bastards, the complete, son of, we say the children of perdition, selfish criminals in charge of the southern Nigeria, from Yoruba land to Igbo land, to Ijo land to Yoruba land, to every land down south. Will they make all of us endangered species? Because the Fulani doesn't really have to wage war, okay? The puppets in the south, they will do it for them, okay? And it might be taking too long, and that is why they are unleashing the terror on us to remind this puppet that do it, oh, give us this land, oh. Enugu people protested endlessly. Or they protested endlessly. The Nimbo people, which the Enugu people, who are, they call them the Nimbo people, close to the border of Enugu, they have been facing this onslaught of the Fulani terrorists endlessly. And Peter Oba was once there recently. I showed you a video of him attending one of those, massacre that happened. And he felt bad, he felt sad, and he promised the families of the victims they killed that he will give them a scholarship. He will take care of them. Only for them to go ahead now and decide to still go ahead and give the land. The, Igbo land, the Biafra land, is considered to be the smallest space when you are using the geopolitical, cutout that they are currently operating in that country. You will see that the land that they finally can say, okay, yeah, this is the Eastern Nigeria, I'm sorry, the Biafra land, the Igbo land. They have the smallest space. And a useless Igbo governor is working with the House of Assembly, and they are now passing a law that is going to cede part of that land to the Fulanis. Do you see where this problem is all coming from? The Fulanis believe they have the right to have, to have those lands allocated to them. If you want to do your business in northern Nigeria, you will walk straight to, if you probably decide that you want to start a business, even if in a family you won't start, if it is a factory you want to build, you would approach the landowners in any part of Nigeria. You will negotiate for the land, and then you will pay the adequate fee for it before you can then go on that land and begin to do whatever you want to do. If an Igbo man wants to start his spare part business, he will first go source for money, whether he's going to borrow it, whether he's going to use his own savings, whether his own his boss is going to kind of settle him. An Igbo man will go and look for his money to start his business. Then he will start looking for a place to place his business. A Fulani will buy guns, mobilize them down to wherever area they want, and they will begin to unleash terror on the local residents of that area. And because it is Nigeria, and they are Fulani, the next thing is going to be, let us negotiate. Oh, let us start the peace talk. The people who are under the attack of terrorists are those who are told to initiate peace talk. And for you to enjoy peace in your community, you will need to give the Fulanis what they want, or else then the blood will flow. This is what they have done. And for some time now, a lot of people down south have continued to knock into the head of these wearies. Don't bring your RUGA down here. Don't placate terrorists. You can never placate terrorists. You cannot appease terrorists. You cannot make peace with terrorists. But guess what? We are called aggressors. We are called people who don't want to tolerate others. We are called provocators. Baba, the government of the southern Nigeria, all these governors, all these puppets, Baba, they are ready to unleash whatever terror they can unleash on their people to have this in their states. So Peter Oba came out to now say Enugu State now have a law And that law is the law that is now going to allow the Fulani terrorists to have official land in Enugu. Because according to them, the government of Enugu will use the people's money. This law is not that, because there is no law against you setting up a ranch. Do you understand? Nobody say there is law in Nigeria that is against ranching. If you have the money, you can go and buy land and build ranch. But that's not what the Fulanis want. The Fulanis want you to build them the RUGA. Okay? And hand it over to them. Yes. If your people don't want us to be destroying their farms, then build us a RUGA so that we can stay there. When the intention is not actually any RUGA. Right? So the future Fulani local government in Enugu, the foundation for the future Fulani local government in Enugu has now been laid by these unscrupulous, spineless cowards that have now sold their people. Watch how others will begin to follow. I told you, see, you can't trust these criminals. If you say, oh, we reject something, for obvious reasons, right? The criminal politicians can use another means and still push that thing on you by giving it a different name. You see, we're talking about the American base, French base in Nigeria. France said, oh, we don't have any plan of establishing a base in Nigeria. Liars. America have said, oh, no, not that we have any plan of establishing any base in Nigeria. Liars. Then Tinubu's illegitimate regime in Nigeria said, no, we have no plan of accepting any base in Nigeria. Liars. That was what Peter Umba said. There was no plan for RUGA in Enugu. There will never be any RUGA in Enugu. But now it's not called RUGA. It is now called public ranching. To be built with public money. And since they make you believe that the Igbos are into other businesses, not into cows. So this is a welcome development where hundreds of hectares of land will now be allocated to the Fulanis. And according to Umba, it is for peace. So that Enugu people that were just living in their own peaceful way. Suddenly, they were faced with the terrorism of the Fulani, and for them to have peace, the government has to use the power to take their land and give it to Fulani. They have all their media guys right now who are going to tell you, no, it's for the Enugu people. It's the government trying to. Don't ever buy that. Enugu people did not buy guns and start killing themselves because they wanted RUGA. It was the Fulanis who walked straight to Enugu and they started started killing innocent people. And instead of the government of Enugu or government of Nigeria to come to their defense, they decided to take their land to appease their killers. That is what happened. To appease their killers for peace. So they have it there. Because the reason why I have to say this is that I'm saying this now is that it might look like what can people do now? So when you see, I told someone, I said, we don't have, what do you call it? The Yorubas don't have Igbo problem. They don't have Fulani problem. The Igbos don't have Fulani problem. Igbos don't have Yoruba problem. Igbos have Igbo problem. Yorubas have Yoruba problem. And as for Fulanis, they also have their own Fulani problems. Here is how to understand it. I'm a Yoruba man. I am an endangered species in that contraption because of where I come from. And those who are really going to take my life easily without thinking about it, they are the Fulanis because they are already doing it. But I won't blame Fulani. If I have to be honest, I will blame those who are holding my hand for a Fulani terrorist to use me for shooting targets. those who hold my hand, those who decided to tie my hand and tie my legs for Fulani to come and slaughter me,